All right. So, on today's podcast, we're going to do something a little different for this episode. Recently, I was in Greece for a big launch event for my company that I co founded with my business partner, Chris Hartswick. And we had this tremendous launch event. So, in this week's episode, we're going to recap the event, share the speeches, the remarks from the key speakers, including government officials, ourselves, and go over all that. And then we're just going to showcase, what took place there and what this means as we're expanding. So in this episode of Invigorate Your Business, we're going to be talking about the business of global expansion of your company, any company, and how it applies. So we're excited and check it out. My name is George Stroumboulis, and I'm extremely passionate about traveling the world, meeting new people, and learning about new businesses. Join me as I sit down with other entrepreneurs to learn about their journeys. This episode of Invigorate Your Business starts now. So welcome to this episode of Invigorate Your Business with myself, George Stroumboulis. We're switching up the format this week. And we're going to be, we're not going to have any guests sitting with us, but what we're going to do is recap a recent event that we had in Europe, a big launch party for my company that I helped co-found. And we're going to go over all the details, what took place. We're going to share the speeches in this episode from the speakers, including myself, my business partner, Chris Hartswick, and representatives from the Canadian Embassy and the U.S. Embassy in Greece as well. So a little background, if you don't know about myself, I am the co-founder, owner, CEO of Ideoli Group. What is Ideoli Group? Ideoli Group is just a kick-ass company that manufactures, designs, and brings to market custom lighting products, right? So when you walk into a large hotel and you see these beautiful showcase pieces in the lobby, or if you're going up to the hotel rooms and you see the lighting along the hallway when you enter the room, that's what we do. We do this for different commercial applications, retail, industrial, commercial, across the board. We help our clients design, prototype, mass produce, and bring to market anything related to lighting, and we're really, really good at it. And again, we've been doing this for several years, and we've been doing it in several countries. Our products are actually installed in over 30 countries around the world, which is something pretty spectacular to be able to do that, to be able to understand the local markets, what they require from specification standpoint, certification, logistics, all that stuff. So that's Ideoli. We operate around the world. We're headquartered in New York City. That's where Chris and myself founded this company. I'm based now here in California, where we have a distribution center and corporate offices. And we also operate out of Argentina, out of China, out of Vietnam, out of Europe. And what we just did recently was have an official launch party for our European operations. It was extremely exciting for us to be able to officially set up a footprint in Europe and to support what we're doing in the region. We selected Athens, Greece as our main office because for us, it makes so much sense on so many levels. Strategically, it's located to support Europe and into the Middle East. Personally, that's my background. I'm a Greek, Canadian, American citizen. So it just made sense from a nostalgic, cultural standpoint. But really, from a business standpoint, it made the ultimate sense. The talent pool there is incredible. The support that we have from various government officials, different government bodies is on another level, and we're just excited to be in that region. So, in the month of June, we hosted a launch event showcasing who we are, inviting the industry locally in Athens to come to this spectacular venue and experience who we are, meet the team, and just kind of get a taste for who we are culturally, right? And then we could start talking about lighting and the specifics and projects. But our goal was host a launch event, invite friends, industry, contacts that we're trying to get in front of and really do that. So we hosted it at a very prestigious museum, jewelry museum called Lalaunis. If you're in Greece, you definitely know the brand. We hosted it at this rooftop located right under the Acropolis. Absolutely majestic setting, very upscale. And we catered it with Athens top caterer. We had rooftop DJ. We had drinks flowing. It was extremely hot, but it was absolutely spectacular setting. And we just did it right. So over 100 guests came through from the industry, whether it was general contractors, developers, architects, lighting designers, interior designers, government officials, diplomats, ambassadors from various countries. And we hosted it to kind of introduce who we are. We had marketing material there and just created a social setting. So throughout the event, we had various remarks, and that's what we're going to share right now, the actual speeches from the event. And to kind of put in perspective, I spoke first and just kind of shared why we are there, why we selected Athens, what we're doing in Europe. So please take a listen to my remarks regarding this on behalf of Ideoli Group.
Θα τα πω λίγα στα ελληνικά και μετά στα αγγλικά να καταλάβουν οι πιο πολλοί εδώ. Σας ευχαριστώ που ήρθατε. Καλησπέρα και καλώς ήρθατε. Είμαστε κάτω από την Ακρόπολη, σύμβολο ελληνισμό. Και σας ευχαριστώ που ήρθατε. My name is George Stroumboulis and I'm the CEO of Ideoli Group. And I just want to thank everyone for taking the time. I understand it's always a challenge coming to events like this and finding the time. So thank you for coming here. My background, I'm a Greek, Canadian, and American citizen, born and raised in Canada. And I say that my background will lead into why we're here in Greece. But growing up to immigrant parents in the restaurant industry, they were drilling home every day why it's important we're Greek. Some may say it's kind of brainwashing, but it worked. So we're here. Growing up, you always appreciated what it means to be Greek, working hard. And my father, actually, speaking of parents, he just flew in from Toronto today, so to be here. So thanks for coming, Ba, and everyone else. We started working in Greece when it wasn't convenient, right? Ideoli launched, and with my business partner, Chris Hartswick, who's going to come and speak in a little bit, we took a leap. And when the economy was bad, jobs were hard here, we said, you know what, why don't we try to recruit and hire Greeks in Greece and have them work for us with everything we're doing back in the United States. And it was, a lot of people were trying to offshore jobs. And we're like, let's just try it. Even though I'm a Greek background, we don't know how it is to work with Greeks, right? Every day. There's cultural differences. There's time zone differences. And I'm Greek, so obviously I was pushing it. My business partner's American. So he's like, all right, let's just try it. So we hired a couple people here, specifically in the lighting space. And to date, it was probably the best business decision we ever made. They were just, kicking ass, hard workers, thinking differently, resilient, stubborn, but there's good, yeah? So we realized, you know what, this is great. And as the years went on and we started building our team, it became evident that when the time is right, we need to actually come here and build a footprint. And everyone's optimistic now. It seems that the government, there's upbeat. People think that, it's a great time. There's foreign investment coming in here. So we said, you know what, it's time for us to officially be there. We can't just do this half and half. So that's why we launched Ideoli Europe to support our European business, which happens to have the office here in Athens. So we did that. And the more optimistic we're getting, we're already looking into the future. So we're here now. We have an office in Marousi, and we're hiring, and we're going to have several new employees from now until the end of the year. And as time goes on, we're looking to bring production and manufacturing to Greece as well, not to service the Greek market, but to tap into the talent here and to be able to support our business globally. So our office here is to support the region, the Middle East, and then the global scale as well. So our job, mine personally, my business partner, all our colleagues who came here today to support us, our job is to prove to you why you should be working with us. We're really good at what we do. We're very passionate, and we know we can bring value. We're not trying to create a Me Too company, right? So that's what we're here to do. I could talk all night, and I know we don't want to do that. But last thing, just for fun, as we're sitting here, you can see behind me, I was actually talking to a local Athenian tonight, and he lives here. He sees that 10 times a day, and he just looks over. He's like, man, this 45-year-old man still impressed. And he shows me his arm and he was just proud to be here. And you see that and you're like, it's amazing. So anyways, we would love to put it out there, let it manifest when, not if, but when the Parthenon marbles come back to Greece. We would love to work with the Acropolis Museum to light it with Ideoli product. So let's get them back. Let's put a goal out there. And so that's what we're going to work towards.
Okay, so those were my official remarks at the event. As you could see, we were located right under the Acropolis. The setting was spectacular at sunset and just really framed what we're trying to do. The next speaker was my business partner, Chris Hartswick. He gave the remarks on behalf of Ideoli related to quality, what we do from a manufacturing standpoint, and specifically, our recent achievement of ISO certification, which tells the world we are experts in the manufacturing process. So we're extremely excited. So have a listen to what Chris Hartswick had to say.
So, Kalispera, and thank you for joining us here tonight. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too terribly. As George mentioned, we are so very excited to be here in Greece, to have officially launched Ideoli, setting up our new organization, our new office, and all of our new employees here. My personal first real exposure to Greece was about 5 years ago. It was right here in Athens, and honestly, I instantly fell in love. It's such a great place. We knew this was somewhere we always wanted to be, and the more people I met, the more talent I was exposed to. There's so much talent here, and the passion that all the local Greeks I've met have, that's present in everything they do and how they speak, in the meetings we've gone to. It's been overwhelming, and it's essentially told me that this is where our European hub has needed to be. We're now delighted to say today that we've officially completed the sort of initial expansion on both our product and our facility certifications. So we're ready. We're here. We're ready to support the local Greek and European markets. And again, we couldn't be more excited about any of that. As George mentioned again, we're planning on over the next few years expanding even more. That's going to be bringing assembly, manufacturing here, expanding our facilities, expanding our personnel, to really sort of establish and put a stronghold on this region so Ideoli can just be involved in every way possible. Thank you again. I look forward to developing an even stronger connection with all of you, stronger connection to this wonderful country, and I just can't explain how happy I am to be here. Ευχαριστώ.
All right. As you could hear my business partner's remarks, very positive, why we picked Greece, what we're doing there in the region. Next up, we've been very fortunate to be positioned strategically with the U.S. Embassy in Athens. The embassy has been nothing but supportive from my first initial contact with their office, being directed to the right people to talk about the commercial commerce side of it, the support and how they could help us has just really been positive from day one. We had remarks given by the U.S. commercial counselor, Miss Yuri Arthur. So right now she's going to give her remarks and we'll share from the event.
Kalispera, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could continue in Greek, but I feel that would be very painful for everyone in the audience. So I'm going to speak in English, although I did take Greek lessons. So, unfortunately. So it's such an honor to be here today amongst friends to show something. It would maybe one of the best combinations of what the United States and Canada have to offer. And it's something where you're bringing back jobs, opportunities, potential, and dreams to Greece. I think there's no greater honor than to return to the Patrida and to bring with you promise for a really exciting future. So singharitiria for that. It's a very exciting time and we're very happy to be here. I think you all probably are familiar with Ideoli, but just in case you aren't, I think it's always the job of the slightly objective third party to basically talk about the achievements that the firm has had, in case you don't know. So I have to say my favorite example is actually California Pizza Kitchen, which is a US restaurant chain. I spent many, many college nights there consuming affordable pizza and studying under the wonderful lighting. There was also the American Girl collection stores in New York. And when I was speaking with Ambassador Tsunis, who really wished to be here today, but just couldn't because he's in a mandatory diplomatic conference in the United States, he said that he had spent way too much time in the New York American Girl store with his two beautiful daughters. And I did have to share that I had taken my niece there once, and the menu for the doll was very expensive. But when you have good lighting, I guess it all works out, right? The prices don't look as bad. But obviously there are other exciting projects, such as Tesla, the Tesla factory in Texas, Hilton's True Brand Hotels, and also Microsoft headquarters in WeWork. All types of solutions customized based on the need of the client. It's what you want, what you envision, and anything that you think you want to see happen. So that's what's special about Ideoli, and I do not have a doubt that they're going to make a huge impact in this region and in Greece as well, because there are so many exciting developments happening in Greece. I think teenagers obsessed with Instagram or possibly fans of the Game of Thrones will say that lighting is very important. I have to say we agree. Coming from the US government, where we do not really have nice lighting, I have to say that I envy the lighting in the private sector, and I think when you can accentuate the natural beauty of something, like that wonderful building over there, it's just the key to making a truly memorable experience. So I really hope you all will continue to work with Ideoli. I wish nothing but the success for Ideoli, and I'm very, very excited to see what the firm can do, not only in Greece, but in Europe as well. Thank you very much. Singharitiria.
All right. As you can see, nothing but positivity, ultimate support. In addition to Miss Yuri Arthur, we've had tremendous support from their inside team, including Athina Kladis and Irini Karayani, and indirectly with the actual ambassador. So nothing but support from them. And we're looking forward to the future and growing and being a US-based company operating out of Greece. Our final remarks were given by a personal friend. Didn't start as a friendship, started more on the business side. For over a decade, I've known Ambassador Robert Peck. He was the ambassador of Canada to Greece at the time when I actually met him. And he had come across a newspaper article in Greece that had a write-up about myself and about my business at the time. And he had reached out and we made contact. And ever since then, he's been helping me personally do what I need to do in that region. And over the years, we developed a great friendship, and he's become a mentor. So we're very fortunate to have him not only speak on our behalf at the launch event, but also be an advisor to our company and help us navigate global markets, give real sound advice when we need it, and really help us grow. So have a listen to what Mr. Bob Peck has to say.
So no former diplomat can go anywhere without notes, but I promise this is not going to be an evening of a long speech. First of all, as a former diplomat, may I thank Yuri from the American Embassy for being here tonight. As a former diplomat, we all know the important role that embassies play in promoting and supporting companies abroad. Sometimes roles of embassies are not well understood, but I can say from personal experience, they do play a very, very important role, and they do care. So thank you for your support to Ideoli. It really is a great pleasure for my wife Maria and I, the Greek half, to be here this evening. And we really salute the choice of venue tonight, because the Lalalounis family, I think, have given a wonderful legacy to Greece in creating this remarkable museum. And how appropriate that Ideoli chose this particular museum, which showcases and celebrates the beauty and design of jewelry through the centuries, often custom-made pieces for very discerning patrons and benefactors. Ideoli has set ambitious goals not only to become a leader, but a point of reference in the sector. And the company's focus on customization, cutting-edge design, and client service, I believe, will set it apart from its competitors. I have known George for over 10 years from my time as ambassador to Greece between 2011 and 2015. And I was always impressed by his energy, his dynamism, but also his positive karma and energy. And particularly in the world we live in today, that positive vibe is just so important and inspiring to team members. And then later I met Chris and understood his unique professional background and his reflective nature. I had a front row seat as Ideoli was founded, and am proud to serve offline as an informal mentor and sounding board. Really, I believe in that value of intergenerational experience. And for me, it was an opportunity for me to learn as much as I hope I could impart from time to time some valuable advice to George, Chris, and his team. This dynamic duo of George and Chris personifies the entrepreneurial spirit and grit required to succeed. And this they impart on a daily basis to their team as leaders. Both men have skill sets that are remarkably complementary, a winning combination indeed. And underpinning everything they do is a commitment to integrity, excellence, and for me, a value that I hold here, corporate social responsibility. They have weathered almost every kind of challenge imaginable, especially the pandemic, but persevered. And at times, I can tell you, I wondered whether they had the dynami to surmount those obstacles, but they did, because they had a belief and a determination. And I watched as they developed a network of virtual teams across the world and recruited, as has been mentioned, talented staff as the company's global reach expanded. They believed in Greece as a launching pad for Europe when the country was at a very low ebb. I was there. But they recognized early on the remarkable talent in the country, and this, as has been said, has played an important part in the company's success. I obviously have no crystal ball. Diplomats may sometimes think they have one, but I don't. But believe that Ideoli's presence will soon resonate across the sector, especially in a country where the arts, culture, and inspired design have such a pervasive influence. Aesthetics and form matter, while function in today's very competitive environment has to be cutting edge and energy efficient. And a strong local presence, I believe, will no doubt lead to opportunities in Greece, but in the whole region. George and Chris were a bit modest, but Yuri was very helpful in outlining just how successful Ideoli has been to date in winning important key contracts with leaders in the United States business environment in retail, restaurant, hospitality, commercial, and industrial industries. Finally, we all know that the world economy faces many challenges and no country is immune, but undaunted, Ideoli remains committed to the opportunity here in Greece, Southern Europe, and the Eastern Mediterranean, and to collaborate, and looks forward to collaborate with many of you here this evening. So I salute Ideoli. I thank you all for coming on behalf of the company, and all the best for great success of Ideoli in Athens. Stroumboulis.
And those are the official remarks that were given at the event. So you can see there's a lot of energy in what we're trying to do in the region. We're extremely excited to be launching in Europe. Our foundation, our bread and butter, is United States, the United States. We are strategically positioning ourselves also in Europe to support our American clients over here. Countless accounts we have helped here in the United States with our products, and then expanding globally. So we have accounts like Mattel American Girl that we've done work for them here in the States, and they wanted to expand into the Middle East. So we're able to do that with our technical know-how, our knowledge, and just that expertise internationally. We've done it with WeWork, with Tesla, and other brands. So this is it was a big deal for us. That's why we've been off the pod for the last couple of weeks, just dealing and supporting and really launching that successfully. So hopefully you enjoyed this unique different twist of an episode of Invigorate Your Business, please make sure to just follow, like, comment, share your feedback, good, bad, or ugly. Just share it. I love it. I hear it. Feedback, maybe I'll get emotional, maybe not, but I love that feedback. It lets me know what's working, what's not. The following week, we'll be back to having just ultimate, very interesting guests. And if you ever want to be on the podcast, be featured, just get in contact with the team, and we'll have that discussion. So thank you very much, and have a great one. Thanks for listening to this episode of Invigorate Your Business with George Stroumboulis. Please hit the subscribe and like buttons, and follow me on all the main podcast streaming channels. Also, please share your comments when you can. I appreciate your help in expanding this network to a worldwide audience. Until next time, stay invigorated.